What is mental toughness? Tough. You are tough and I am tough. Now, basically, mental toughness is perceived in a context where we are immune as self, as an individual self, you are immune from an external situational variable. So, there is something externally happening in your life, but your emotions, your sentiments, your thought process, your behavior remains same. It is not a dependent variable of your external situation. And this is the concept of immunity or mental toughness. Well, you are free from negative emotions. You are free from negative thoughts. And you are centered within, not outside. This is the freedom. See, when there is an occurrence outside and your emotion changes with respect to that, you are a slave of that. You are not free. On the contrary, when my emotion and my thought process is, when it is being centered within, not outside an external variable, it is you're free. So you have mental toughness. You would have seen many people going through much ups and downs, but still they are strong. Well, in that context, we are all ready to face the reality and to perform the actions. So dharma, Sandham Dharmam, Swadharma, perform our actions without worrying about the result. So this is mental toughness. Whether you are an accountant or whether you are a salesperson, we are not worried about the results. We are cautious but not negative. We are performing our action. We don't have negativity. So if that is the case, you are a mentally tough person. I am a mentally tough person. So how we can build a culture of mental toughness in our organizations? There are basically 7 perspectives how to build mental toughness. If you nature, now we already discussed about the third option is how to change the cognition at will. Finding a meaning consciously, and you are giving a different meaning to the same cause. We already discussed it. You know, when one person came to me or came to a therapist for a counseling session where he lost his son, counselor asked, when he came to you at the age of 30 after marriage, where he was before. Maybe God gave you or nature provided you, you became the part of the cycle of nature. You don't own him. Again, integrating it with the detachment. You have been a custodian. It came to you and it has been taken from you. If you are able to change the cognition at will, is your choice. This can be done only with only for people with who has enhanced their cognitive capabilities. People who follow the path of knowledge can do it. And there is another path called as path of submission or path of surrender. Now, I am not able to do that. I am submitting and surrendering myself to the deity that I would believe in. Because my cognition has not developed. I am not an educated guy. I don't have a free will. I am a poor man. I am an auto driver. I lack education. Nothing I have. So I leave everything to the deity, the God I believe in. And I am at peace. And please understand, next option is you can do the same while rooting and centering yourself to the self. What is this? Is a higher level capability. You have an authentic and true self, and you are relating your true self with either with faith or experiential. Experiential in the sense that you are once there are the different philosophies to it. Once you focus on a proverb or when you focus your awareness on your breath, you can root yourself to the breath that is going in and out, going out. So you are rooting yourself at an experiential level. Again, you can root yourself being self-referral with the deity that you believe in, and you root yourself to him and being centered yourself with him, and you are not attached to the outside variable. So with faith or as well as experientially by doing a exercise, or you can say a proverb Rama 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 Rama, and you can root yourself. It's called as Nirantara Smarana. Again, you can root yourself to that proverb and center yourself to that. And there is another perspective called as witnessing yourself. That is the very tough thing, that you don't attach yourself individually. You go out of your own, go as a third party. As you are watching a film, you watch yourself, you are going through pain. You observe yourself from a third party perspective, neither first party or second party. First party is you are attached. Second party is you have a person in front of you, he is criticizing you. You have a social self projection. That is second party. Third party, it is not neither you nor the social projection. You are observing yourself as an observer. It's called as being an observer and being observed. That also require a practice, and that is the toughest thing, that once we go through that of being observed and an observer role, we aware of our pain, we understand our pain, we realize our pain, and we slowly get purified stage by stage. This is witnessing. Who is observing you? You yourself go to, and he is observing. So that is the witnessing perspective. And then there's a third perspective, that is action-oriented perspective, that is for the clinically depressed people. If you are clinically depressed, you will not get out of your bed. You will lay. There are cycles to it. Okay. Now you may lay for five in a day, 3 hours you may be depressed. After 8 hours you may get up. Maybe the cycles may be 3 days. You may get depressed for 3 days, and after 3 days only you will come out of bed. Now what you can do, you have to activate your prefrontal cortex. Now whenever you get up early in the morning, there is possibility that you will remain in the bed, you will not get up. So how you will activate your prefrontal? So while getting up early in the morning, first thing is you have to keep your alarm away, not near to your bed, so that you will turn it off. Then you have to take a call. Tell 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse order you have to count, not in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but reverse order. 5, 4, 3, 1. Then suddenly the reverse process will activate your prefrontal. Then jump up. Then start acting. Don't go through the thinking process again. Obsession and compulsion comes from thinking. You're obsessive and compulsive. You keep on thinking, you keep on thinking, but rather you don't act. Simple techniques. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start acting. If you are in a depressive cycle, you can enhance mental toughness, and you can also ask your employees, if they are going through mental toughness stages or mentally weak stages, let them practice it and come out of that.